Coming up on the Daily-O, a cyber attack hits Oklahoma.
And a police chase comes to a terrifying end. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily-O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Daily-O. I'm Emmy Sangvilai.
And I'm Rayma Coleman. We're glad you're with us. A morning wake-up call no one wants to hear as a police chase ends with a car crashing into a home. The Ponca City Police Department was attempting to pull over 19-year-old Mason Thomas for allegedly driving under the influence when he crashed into the living room of a home. The homeowner, Kathy Cole, also says it was very terrifying, but was very thankful everyone is okay. Cole says that this isn't the first time someone has crashed into a home in her neighborhood. Thomas was taken into custody, where he remains at this time.
The Tulsa International Airport's data has been stolen after it was hit by a cyber attack. The attack was linked to Keylin, a Russian-speaking cybercriminal syndicate with over 1,000 victims in 2025. Cybersecurity expert Ron Vaughn says that the organization is targeting critical infrastructures for major corporations. The stolen data includes sensitive financial and personal data for employees of the airport. Vaughn also says that Will Rogers Airport in Oklahoma City could be a new potential target and has told the airport to be on alert of all suspicious activity. The TSA is currently working with airports locally and nationally to put systems in place to prevent future cyber attacks.
The results are in for the elections held across the state. The most anticipated race was for the mayor of Oklahoma City, as current mayor David Holt beats out Matthew Polaris, securing a third term. All other elections have also come to an end as the votes continue to be counted. The other notable election was for the State House District 35 representative, as Dylan Travis beats out Luke Cruz. Congratulations to all the individuals who were elected during this term.
There's an update on the education bills filed after the Bible essay controversy at OU. The bills were presented in the first committee hearings on Tuesday, with the committee deciding to pass the bills to the next stage. This is a big step toward it becoming a law. Senate Majority Floor Leader Julie Daniels has been added to the bills as a co-author, with main author Representative Chad Caldwell. They will now have to pass through the Education Oversight Committee before being able to get onto the House floor for an official hearing.
The popular convenience store and gas station OnCue has committed to donating $100,000 to help start the Stillwater Public Art Program. The Stillwater City Council formally adopted the ordinance that officially establishes the program. OnCue reached out shortly after about donating the money. Stillwater Mayor Will Joyce says that they are thankful for OnCue's donation and that it shows how partnerships can help expand opportunities for artists. This generous gift is hopefully first of many to help grow the program for anyone interested in art.
It was a little colder in Stillwater today, but will it stick around? Grayson Buchanan tells us what to expect tonight. Grayson?
Thank you, guys. Just like they said, we did have a little bit of a colder morning, but it looks like we're all good now. We currently have a temperature of 60 degrees with it feeling like 60. There is a slight wind with 2 miles per hour coming out of the west, but as you can see off campus, the sun has come back out and it looks like we will stay warm the rest of the night, but I can't say that about the rest of the week. But let's go to the desk for now.
All right, Grayson. When we return, the EPA walks back on its own statement.
And a special night at the museum. The Daily-O returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
The EPA plans to repeal the laws that allow it to regulate greenhouse gas emissions. In 2009, the EPA came to a conclusion that greenhouse gas emissions were heating the earth and posed a threat to public health. The move is expected to upend most U.S. policies aimed at reducing climate pollution. CEO of the Natural Resources Defense Council, Manish Bapna, says the biggest attack to federal authority is to tackle the climate crisis. In addition to this plan, the EPA could also begin to take down more climate regulations in the upcoming years.
The Oklahoma History Museum is hosting after hours for people of all ages. Visitors will have the chance to uncover hidden details throughout the galleries and test their observation skills. The event is designed to be welcoming for families while also offering a unique and engaging option for a date night or an evening outing. The event is titled Open House We Heart Museums, and it will run from 5 to 7 p.m. on February 12th. Admission to the open house is included with paid museum entry, and Oklahoma Historical Society members receive free admission.
With the cold weather continuing in Stillwater, what can we expect moving forward? Grayson Buchanan is back in the Weather Center with what we can expect. Grayson.
Thank you, guys. Just like they said, we do have a little bit of showers and cold weather back on the way, so let's take a look at the radar. As you can see, at the end of tonight, we're only going to have clouds come across Stillwater, but going into tomorrow, we will see some showers pop up in the northwest system right around here, but really nothing making its way all the way towards Stillwater. Once we get into Friday, though, that is when you're going to have to watch out for those storms. We will see some storms pop up in the area, maybe east Stillwater, but then watch out for a system that is coming from the west that is going to spread all the way, and that is what we are going to see come Friday, come Saturday. A couple things to watch out for, though. Like I said, we're going to have precipitation, but those temperatures are going to be on the rise as the week goes. We'll be into the 70s, but those mornings still will be a little cold. High wind speeds might also be a problem as we get into next week. You can see wind gusts up to 15 miles per hour. That's all I have for right now, so let's go back to the desk.
All right, Grayson. When we return, details on Attorney General Pam Bondi's congressional hearing on the Epstein files.
And Iran backs out of broader diplomatic discussions with the U.S. amid Israeli involvement. The Daily returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Attorney General Pam Bondi testified before the House Judiciary Committee today concerning her department's handling of the Epstein records. The Attorney General was questioned on the seemingly poor attempts the Department of Justice made in redacting names from the files, many of them survivors and former victims, that required these measures for the safety. Survivors of Epstein's crimes were brought into the room and were asked to raise their hands if the DOJ had failed to censor not only their names, but also personal information, including addresses, photos, and other identifying information, with over 10 survivors raising their hands. Bondi has also gone on record to state that there are currently investigations into certain individuals mentioned in the Epstein files, but has refused to mention specifics. At the time of writing, the hearing is still ongoing.
Iranian leaders are backing out of broader diplomatic discussions with the U.S. This decision comes as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to visit the White House today. The U.S. ally is expected to push for the removal of Iran's entire ballistic missile arsenal as a requirement for the larger nuclear program deal between the U.S. and Iran. Iranian officials have made it clear that this is a red line in negotiations. President Donald Trump, by threatening to send a second aircraft carrier to the Persian Gulf, putting already increasing regional tensions closer to a potential conflict. Iran states it is prepared to defend itself if conflict becomes inevitable.
A group of House Republicans branched from party lines in a recent vote to block lawmakers from questioning the president's tariff authority. 3 Republicans, as well as the entire Democratic side of the House, voted to block a resolution that would have prevented House members from proposing resolutions to challenge President Trump's tariffs through July 31st. The move came after a previous ban on resolutions disapproving the tariffs expired in January. This comes amidst increasing skepticism of the legitimacy of President Trump's authority pertaining to his use of tariffs during his second term.
A man was recently detained by the Pima County Sheriff's Office for questioning in the ongoing Nancy Guthrie abduction case. 27-year-old Carlos Palazuelos spoke to reporters outside of his residence last night, stating, "It was terrifying. It felt like I was being kidnapped, and they didn't tell me anything." Palazuelos was reportedly suspected due to recently released photos depicting an armed, masked intruder on a doorbell camera from Nancy Guthrie's residence before the intruder disabled the device. Authorities confirmed he had been released after being questioned as a person of interest in the ongoing investigation.
Before we go to the break, let's get a look at that Olympic medal count. Norway maintains the top spot with 13 total medals, 7 of which are gold. Italy takes second, also with 13 medals, but only 4 gold. The United States jumped up to third today, just 1 medal shy of the top 2 with 12 total, while matching Italy's 4 golds. Germany and Austria bring up 5th and 6th, both holding 8 medals, with Germany pushing ahead thanks to its 3 gold medals compared to Austria's 2. We'll keep you posted on the medal count as the games continue.
Coming up next, Cowboy basketball and Cowgirl basketball have started with unexpected big losses. Andrew Dunham is in the Sports Corner with more right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but if not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love, There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham. Let's talk some sports. We will start off with both Cowboy and Cowgirl basketball and, well, let's be honest, not a great night for the two squads, both losing favorable matchups on the road, still in the midst of conference play. Let's start up in the Little Apple, or Manhattan, in the loss to Kansas State 70-61. The Cowgirls were favored to beat the just 14-12 Wildcats. OSU struggled to find the net until the second quarter with an early 8-2 run led by Amari Whiting. With a double-digit deficit going into the second half, Micah Gray had a much-needed three-pointer to narrow K-State's lead to single digits. A strong Kansas State defensive showing and a late-game run made for a hard loss on the road. Moving on to the Cowboys, a detrimental loss in Tempe with a final score of 85-76. The 13-12 Sun Devils delivered the Pokes their second loss in Arizona in a week. The Pokes were able to tie Arizona State twice in the second half, but a 13-5 run by the Sun Devils widened the gap. Persifala and Anthony Roy led the Cowboys each with 16 points. Not only did last night affect the Pokes in the conference standings, but also in the hopes for an NCAA tournament spot. Before last night's loss, the Cowboys' big dance dreams were hanging on by a thread, and it may have snapped. They were slated as one of the first four out according to ESPN's bracketology. Both the Cowboys and Cowgirls are back in GIA on Saturday for a doubleheader. Sticking to the hardwood, well, actually, speaking of the hardwood, an LED glass court will be made in its U.S. debut in the Big 12 Basketball Championships next month. Announced earlier today, the Big 12 will become the first organization in the United States to use ASB Glass Floor's LED court for the official competition. Consider it a light show under the sneakers of the players. The technology will be used for both of the league's conference tournaments at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Cowgirls softball's spring season is ramping up, but so far it's what's happening around the mound that looks a little different. Our very own Alyssa Brandon shows us who's stepping up.
Cowgirl softball got off to a 3-2 start in their debut at the Stanford Invitational. The pitching staff this year looks slightly different. Ruby Malin remains the ace, but the question remains what lies beyond Malin. Second in line, Riley Crandall pitched 8 innings throughout the weekend, but head coach Kenny Gajewski says he's looking for more.
Got to pitch a little bit better, which I think we can do without a doubt. We identified a few things with Riley that I think we can do. Now she's got to go execute that out in the game.
Crandall and Evolution look for true freshman Presley Downing to make an impact for the Pokes this year on the mound. Downing is one of several freshmen expected to make a pop for OSU. Gajewski even moving Owasso native J.L. Austin to the top of the batting order. For Gajewski, it seems as if some roles are changing.
I think you're going to see a lot different from Carly, Rose, and Hassler and Tia. I don't think they performed great, to be very clear. So it'll be interesting. We got a lot of things that we're going to be watching and paying attention to and trying to put these kids in the best spots.
5 hits, 4 runs, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs marked Austin's debut, which gave her the nod for Big 12 Co-Freshman of the Week. And with the bats hot for the freshman, the Cowgirl youth is set to be tested early, awaiting 3 of the top 10 teams in the country in their upcoming tournament. For the Daily Oak Collegian, Alyssa Brandon.
Thanks for that, Alyssa. Well, the infamous Bedlam rivalry may be here to stay. Norman Mayor Stephen Taylor Holman and Stillwater Mayor Will Joyce co-authorized legislation that, if passed, the state legislature would ensure an annual Bedlam football game. The rivalry saw its end with the Pokes sending the Sooners packing to the Southeastern Conference with a loss. But games like these have been known to stick around for other teams and sports. OSU and OU hope to be no exception. Cowboy Wrestling is keeping their name in the headlines. As a team, the Pokes are ranked 3rd in the NWCA coaches poll for the 2nd week in a row, with 10 of the Cowboys ranked in the top 10 of their weight class, including Sergio Vega and D. Lockett, both ranked 2nd, and freshman Jax Forrest moving up the rankings to 10th. The Cowboys are back on the mat on Sunday at Virginia Tech. That's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. A 100-year-old lost piece of art has returned home. Emmy and Rayma have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
About fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
One 90s teen drama star has died young. Riley Cohen has that and more in your A-List update. Riley?
Thanks, Emmy. James Vanderbeek, the Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues actor, died earlier today at 48 years old after a battle with cancer. He was diagnosed early November in 2024 with stage 3 colorectal cancer. Vanderbeek came to Instagram back in November and said, "I've been dealing with this privately until now, getting treatment and dialing in on my overall health with greater focus than ever before." His wife announced earlier today in an Instagram post he met his final days with courage, faith, and grace. There is much to share regarding his wishes, love for humanity, and the sacredness of time. Those days will come. He is survived by his wife, Kimberly Vanderbeek, and their 6 kids. That's all I have for today's A-List update. I'll go ahead and send it back to the desk.
A lost work from the Renaissance has finally been recovered. Portrait of a Canon regular has surfaced in North Carolina after disappearing for over a century. In 1552, the original piece went missing, with only a photo from the 1920s hanging in its place over 100 years. Art historian Michael Cole recorded a lecture over the stolen piece, and a pair of art collectors in Durham, North Carolina, reached out to him informing Cole about the piece. Cole flew out to Durham to confirm they had the original piece, and the hunt for the portrait has concluded.
Here's something that'll wake you up. Today is National Latte Day. Whether enjoyed hot in the morning or ice cold in the afternoon, lattes have become a staple beverage across the country. Many people are celebrating today in different ways, such as making their own foam art or trying different flavors. The most popular flavors for lattes include vanilla, caramel, hazelnut, pumpkin spice, and mocha. But some trending and unique flavors may include lavender, pistachio, white chocolate, and honey latte. Show us your latte creations by using hashtag National Latte Day.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Grayson Buchanan has our 7-day forecast. Grayson.
Thank you, guys. Let's take a look at what the weather will be like for the rest of the week and how good these lattes look. But just so you know, today we had a high of 60, but tomorrow it is going to raise up and we are going to have a high of 71. As we keep going on throughout the week, we will see that rain come on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the highs all being in the 60s and even the low on Sunday getting to 42. But the sun will come back out, and Monday and Tuesday we'll see it with the highs both in the 70s. Man, guys, that latte on my screen really made me want a latte.
I like a chai latte. I really did. From Starbucks, I tend to like it a latte.
You know, I'm more of a caramel ice latte. What? You guys making fun of me? Oh, okay. I like a nice caramel ice latte from Starbucks as well. I like to get the smaller ones. I'm not too much of a coffee drinker, so I only need just that much, and I'm set for the day. How about you, Emmy?
I'm going to have to go with what Andy said. I love a good chai latte, iced.
Yes.
Great minds think alike.
Mm-hmm. But that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for what's happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Raymond Coleman.
And I'm Emmy Sanglai. Have a great night, everyone.
Okay, I knew you guys weren't making fun of me.
Okay. Liked it a lot.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.